Good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. Happy Memorial Day weekend. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early. It's not even 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I think the toll of not talking about politics for the last 2 days has risen to the surface this morning. I got a lot to talk about. Stick with me here. I want to talk about the Republican Party. I want to talk about a hard look at the Republican Party today. Just a serious, real look at the Republican Party. All right. I jumped up and I didn't even bother shaving this. Not that there's much to shave with my Native American heritage, but I jumped up and I got a lot to talk about this morning. All right. Yesterday, the Senate voted down the commission to look into the 6th of January. All right. Their claims are that it's too bipartisan. Now, they're playing off people's ignorance of what's going on, of reality here. This commission would have been 5 Republicans, 5 Democrats, because of the situation, the balance of power in the Senate and the Congress. The chair of this commission would have been a Democrat. The vice chair would have been a Republican, with 5 Democrats voting for their 5 people and the Republicans voting for their 5 people. This commission could not have been more bipartisan. Literally, it could not be more bipartisan, in any reality. But yet, the Republicans, the people who voted this down yesterday, their reason was it's too bipartisan. It's going to make them look bad in the midterms. The reality of what Donald Trump did, the reality of looking into what the worst attack on the United States Capitol, on our United States Capitol since the Civil War. This commission would have lasted just to the end of the year. And then they would have gave their report. The end of the year, the end of this year. 5 Democrats, 5 Republicans, Brian Sidnick's mother, Gladys Sidnick, please look into this. I can't be quiet any longer. My son's dead. She talked to Republicans. Worst attack on the U.S. Capitol since the Civil War. Could not be more bipartisan. And not only this, look, this commission wouldn't hinder the Senate or our government from doing other things. This is just a commission of 5 people, 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans, to look into what happened, to give a report by the end of the year. It wouldn't hold up our government in doing other matters. There's no excuse whatsoever. There is no excuse. Look at what happened. We all saw the pictures, and there's no excuse for not looking into this. With Trump's daily push to have this happen again, and Republicans just want to put it in the review mirror. All right, next I want to talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I'm not going to talk about the usual thing, although there's going to be a link down below to something called, I think it's called the Holocaust Secrets. Now, as I was looking into Marjorie Taylor Greene and what she said about the camps and the mask and everything, I came across a video. This was just, regular surfing on the internet. And it even blew my mind, some of the horrific... I thought at 55 years old, I thought I knew everything more or less that happened during the Holocaust. And this is narrated by Charlton Heston, Holocaust Secrets, and it's got actual footage. And it's... I'm going to put a warning. Don't, it's graphic. And to think that Marjorie Taylor Greene, then you go back and you think about her and a piece of cotton, as what's his name from Texas there, the actor. All right. Matthew McConaughey called it just a piece of cotton. Why are you guys afraid of a piece of cotton? To see the atrocities, I thought I knew the worst of the worst. Like I said, the link's down below to this video. All right, but that's not even what I'm still talking about this morning. Beau of the Fifth Column. Let me talk about Beau of the Fifth Column for a second. All right, I used to do a Southern accent where I kind of mocked people from the South until I saw my first Beau of the Fifth Column video. And then I realized that I was wrong and I was stereotyping. There are many Southerners that are not only as intelligent as me, but more intelligent, more cultured, more knowledgeable than I could ever hope to be. And that was the last time I ever did a Southern accent. So Marjorie Taylor Greene steps in it again, does this Mexican accent. Again, the link of these, all these links are down below. Does this Mexican accent where she tries to imitate Mexican people. And she says that the cartels love the Democrats. And she does this Mexican accent, insulting Mexican people. And this isn't even what infuriates me. Where she's talking about Democrats and money and the cartels, she's ignoring the real problem here. As you guys know, if you're a first-time viewer, I was a hardcore drop-dead heroin junkie, crackhead. That was me. Up until October 23rd, 2006. I got 14 and a half years clean. For two decades, I was a full-blown addict. Marjorie Taylor Greene, spinning this thing with Democrats and money and the cartels, she's missing the point here. If there was no demand, if we need to treat drug addiction in this country, if there wasn't such a demand, there wouldn't be a supply. There would not be a need for this cartel. You have to start with the demand in this country. Yes, there's demand in the other parts of the world. But let's start at home here first. Treating the millions of addicted people in this country. If you want to fight the cartel, it's not the money of the Democrats, it's the drug addiction in this country. By spinning this, by her with using this insulting Mexican accent and spinning it like it's some plan with the Democrats and the Mexican cartel to get rich and screw over the American people. That is just such a false narrative that's ignoring the true plight of millions of addicted Americans in this country. The real problem here, I know, I literally gave hundreds of my dollars every single day. Every dollar I could bore, beg, or steal every day went to the cartels. That's why there's cartels in this country that are doing this. It doesn't have anything to do with the Democrats and politics. Supply and demand. Treat the drug addiction here. By her doing this and insulting Mexican people with this Mexican accent and spinning it like it's some Democrat political thing, she's doing a huge disservice to the real problem. She's ignoring the real problem in this country of drug addiction. All right. One last thing. Matt Gaetz, in his speech yesterday, he talks about Silicon Valley, tech giants, and then he brings up the Second Amendment and how we patriots have the right to use the Second Amendment to fight Silicon Valley and the tech giants. Did I hear that right? Did I seriously just hear Matt Gaetz, who's in investigation for everything under the sun, insinuate using the Second Amendment against tech giants, against YouTube? Did I misunderstand that? That's your Republican Party. That's your Republican Party. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, and all the Republicans that voted down the commission to study the worst attack on our U.S. Capitol since the Civil War. So that's something to be proud of. All right. I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Memorial Day weekend.